Hello and welcome to Sustainable Saturdays, episode 7. We're glad to have you with us here at Buckwheat Farms Magic Emporium and Ballroom. We're here every Saturday with all things sustainable. Make sure you like us and subscribe. Now I'll get you to the video. This week we've got some more work on the greenhouse, some more work with the microgreens. You'll see the process that we're trying to do with our microgreens, and of course you'll see Piggies. But first, there was a little surprise we got yesterday afternoon at the end of the week after I'd stopped all the filming. We got doors for our greenhouse. You'll see that next. We got a little bonus yesterday after we had completed all the filming for the week. We went dumpster diving again, and I got, of course, some more pallets. But most of all, these two jewels here. These two I can use to build doors. They're perfect size to frame out doorways for my greenhouse. So we're going to get this thing closed in this weekend. Well, it's Sunday morning. The animals have been fed. Dad and Charlene and I have been fed, had a really good breakfast this morning. And now it's time to tray up my seeds from my microgreens. I've got my coffee grounds ready, got my seeds ready, got my water and my trays. We're going to get started here in just a minute. Got a little green tea with some peppermint and honey in it to enjoy while I'm doing it. See you in a bit. The first tray I've got filled with my coffee grounds, and now I'm ready to start adding the seeds. And oh, this Z-Beans coffee, it really smells nice in here. It's going to make my office smell really good. And now it's time for my experiment. I'm going to use these bamboo filters, and these are biodegradable compostable plastic containers that we've gotten with the bamboo filters. We're going to use the coffee, and in these we're going to sow some buckwheat seeds and also some alfalfa sprouts. So these are my first set of bowls for my buckwheat. I've got a bowl here with it's got coffee grounds, seeds, coffee grounds, moistened it down. The only thing is these coffee filters are a little small for the bowl, so I'm having to use 2 filters to get the coverage that I want. So that's something that I'll have to look at. And I knew I was going to have to do something with the paper anyway, because that's going to make these a little more expensive now. I've got probably, with the bowls are only 20 cents or so. The coffee filters now are almost, 50 cents maybe. So with the seeds and everything, I've got almost $2 in it, maybe $1.80 in this. I'll do the figures exactly. I'll probably post it along the side here somewhere. Well, I finished up with 18 bowls of alfalfa sprouts. I'll get a box to cover them up, and then I'll let them sit for a couple of days, and I'll check on them. But in the meantime, I've got plenty of alfalfa sprouts left over. I'm going to make a couple of bowls for us here at the house and see how well these work. And so for the next part of my projects for this week, I'm incorporating some of my wife's wisdom in that when I was mentioning about building onto the greenhouse on the south end, she just asked, why don't you utilize the space that's in the greenhouse now, and it'll help me get started sooner. But I want to close this in, and it'll help me actually get this more fortified, because again, the big thing is got to keep the mice and critters out, especially if I'm growing greens for profit. The north end of the greenhouse is now filled in, this north wall completely. So it should be a little bit warmer in the greenhouse. This end does have windows that are fitted in pretty well. The rest of the greenhouse is where the fun is going to be, but I'm excited about this. It looks good. Didn't cost me anything except for the screws and a little bit of hard work. And it wasn't really that hard of work. It's been a beautiful day today. So now I'm going to clean up, get my heaters going in the greenhouse, take a shower, and eat dinner. And I think we'll take Dad down to see the Christmas lights this evening. Well, I'm going to finish up the greenhouse today, closing that in, getting that all fixed up. It made a big difference last night as far as the warmth in the greenhouse. But first I'm going to go and pluck some dandies for the pigs. It's been a while, a few days since I've given them some fresh dandelions because we've had some rainy weather. So got a few days down here, going to make sure I feed them well. That pretty much wraps up my day. I opened up this area under the panels so that my pigs can help keep that cleaned out, and I closed off this bed. That's going to be where the sweet potatoes are going. But the greenhouse, I finished up, got another window in here, changed that up a little bit so it's a little more airtight, I guess. Now it's not completely airtight, but it'll keep a lot warmer in there. And with this configuration and taking those beds down, I'll make hugel mounds out of those. This will allow me to let the pigs in here where they can and the chickens, so they can help me turn this over. I know it's hard to tell from the video, but take my word for it. It's one of those nasty, kind of drizzly, rainy Georgia days. Not too cold, just a little cool. And thankfully I've got some work to do in the greenhouse today. We got this back section here finished off yesterday afternoon and started around the corner. Oh, the pigs are in with the chickens again. I got to fix that. And so I'll finish this up today and hopefully get started on the shelving today. I know it's hard to tell from the video, but take my word for it. It's one of those nasty, kind of drizzly, rainy Georgia days. Not too cold, just a little cool. And thankfully I've got some work to do in the greenhouse today. So yesterday Charlene and I had some normie work to do, or our mundane work as I call it, the stuff that pays for this until this pays for this. And so today I'm back at it in the greenhouse. Going to be putting shelves in here and for the microgreens, and this is all reclaimed, I guess I should say, pallets. And I'll be cleaning out the nails and putting this together, and I'll show you what we got. There's nothing better than a little pig loving on a Friday morning as we wrap up this week. I'll show you inside later what we've finished up yesterday. In my spare time yesterday, I did get this little partition in my office almost completely done. This is where I'll be able to separate off the office part of it and try to keep it neat. Charlene's laughing. I can hear her snickering now. And the farm part behind, and of course my buckwheat farms filming area back there. As you can see, it is a wreck in here. Saturday is raining all day. I've got to be inside cleaning up. I got the shelf completed yesterday, and you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves here. These are just the kind of residential, I guess, style trays. The commercial trays are 1020s. They'll be a little bit longer, about the same width, but I'll be able to put 6 1020s across each of these first 3, and then on the bottom what I'll do is I'll stack the initial 3 1020s. It stacks to 3. There'll be 18 across there, so that'll give me 36 racks here, which should be a good start for me. Well, that wraps up this week's Sustainable Saturday. It's Friday morning actually now, and I've got mundane work to do today, and then probably, hopefully, if it's clear tonight, going to sit around the fire, have a couple of beers. It's been kind of a long week working. We've got a full moon coming this weekend, so tonight we'll do we'll set some intents for the coming year. This is a great time to do that. It's a great time to get your hands in the dirt. If you ask any farmer, any gardener, any permaculturist, anyone who works with the soil, what it is, they can't put their hands on it until they put their hands in it. And just there's something about getting in the dirt, getting in the soil, getting your hands into creation that is healing to your body, your spirit, and your soul. Get in the dirt this week. Namaste.